Hi guys, welcome to my pep talk. Motivate to inspire. Thoughts and dreams are seedlings of reality. The world only wants results and is filled with an abundance of opportunity which dreamers of the past didn't go for it. It's now left for you and I to do it. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. If the thing you wish to do is right and you believe in it, go for it and do it. Put your dreams across and never mind what they say if you meet temporary defeats for a while. Do not know that even a beautiful teacup went through a painful and hard process to get a beautiful state. The teacup story. Before you see this teacup, how fine and how beautiful it is, do you know the process it went through? I guess you should know. It was molded, burnt, kept into their what do they call this thing that the potters do use? It was kept into that hot furnace to burn, and it was shaking, and it came out, and it was painted and put back there to get stronger, to get tougher, and to get a best shape. And it's so fine right now, and we're using it and drinking tea. But when it comes to the reality of human lives, why is it that we always want to get depressed and feel that it's the end of the world and suicide is an option? Even thinking about it, it hurts when you see people drop notes of suicidal attempts and they go ahead with it. Do you think it's as easy as ABCD to kill yourself? Like to buy a chemical that's used for insecticide, to open it and drink it. At that time, some people will say we do not really know what goes on in their mind. But still, has anyone ever thought about this? Job in the Bible, he went through so much, like so much any human on earth has ever seen or even smelt to even encounter. But did Job think of suicide? Never did he. His wealth was taken from him, his children, and he was afflicted with leprosy. Did he say, I want to die? Instead, he kept himself as holy as a clean man, and he prayed to God to forgive him and to bless him back. And when God heard his prayers, how did God reward him? He gave him back with multiple and multiple wealths. Gave him back his children, and he was known as one of the wealthy men in the Bible. But still, we that came out from Adam and Eve are always thinking that suicide is an option. Whenever you are depressed, you do not have to hide insolence. You have to tell someone, because if you do not tell someone, no one is a soothsayer to know what you're passing through. No one is a soothsayer to know what you're feeling inside. Depression just takes a minute to come into your mind, a day for you to start thinking about it before it comes into the next day, before it comes into the other day, and before you start progressing it in your mind, thinking of how no one loves you in this world and how you want to die. Do you know once you decide on killing yourself, your legacy ends and you haven't even achieved anything? You're just forgotten as a piece of sand that is poured. Do you want that for yourself? I guess you do not want that. So why do you allow depression to eat you up? Even the most wealthiest people still complain that they are depressed. If you feel any form of depression, why don't you go to your Bible? If you can find the right solace you're looking for, you can confide in the Bible. That's why it's known as a holy book. That's why it's known as a place of reference. But instead, we choose to kill ourselves. I have been a victim of depression before. It happened. And me knowing what I wanted, me knowing that I wanted more, I wanted to be known, I wanted to leave this whole world with a legacy dropped. Suicide was never my option. And if I tell you my story, it was worse than you can take. But suicide was never my option. I became as lively as I wanted to become. I became more than I even could have asked for. I did more than, if I start looking at that times, I'd be like, Yeah, I survived it. So why do you say depression should eat you up and make you think of killing yourself, like taking a poison and drinking it and you die? How do you feel? Thinking of it also hits my mind, and I really don't even know what to say. But we should know this. If you start keeping quiet anytime you're going through something, don't want to know how hurt you are. You just have to tell one person. Even if you don't want to confide in someone, your fellow human, you can confide in your Bible. You never had Job's affliction. So why do you think of suicide? Let this 2019 be a year of rejoicing, thanksgiving, growth, improvement, and many other things than suicide. Suicide shouldn't even count. It doesn't count. God is going to be angry with you even when you kill yourself, if it's the peace you're finding and the rest you're finding. It's going to be angry with you and straight you go to hell. Yeah, straight you go to hell. There's no mercy for those who kill themselves. But because before he created you, he took the rib out of Adam and gave it to Eve. He molded us as beautiful as he could imagine. He gave us breath by breathing into the nostrils of Adam. And you want to kill his creation? You want to kill his son? Like, this body belongs to him. He modified this body. He gave you the air you breathe in and the soul inside of you. You want to kill it. For why? I should say, be no victim of depression. Even if you're a victim of depression, your story is not as tough as that of Job. So, why should you say suicide is an option for you? Speak up, speak now. If not, no one will know. This is to all those who are having it tough. He takes you through troubled waters without making a splash. That's always what I tell myself. He takes me through troubled waters without making a splash. So whenever I'm facing difficulties, I know it's one of my troubled waters passing by. And I know that he will still lift me up. So I believe in myself. I believe in my God. I have faith. And I will pray. Prayer is the key, the master key. He gave you this tongue to speak fire and not to die. Stop suicidal attempts. Speak up so we know what's wrong with you. And Happy New Year.